Okay, the recording is now in session. Greetings, welcome to the 2017 Black Sustainability Summit. This is a Q&A session with Sister Karimah. Sister Karimah, what I would love to do is to have you introduce yourself, share a little bit about what brought you here to this point or this state, and then I'm going to open it up and allow people to briefly introduce themselves, and then we'll open it up for Q&A.
Beautiful, beautiful. So yes, I'm Karimah. I started a clinic recently, the Temple of Regeneration. I'm a student of herbal medicine and several other modalities that I've been practicing over the years. And I've always been very focused on women's health, children's health, although, of course, family health as a whole has always been very important to me. And throughout my years of becoming a mother and raising children, I practiced home birth and just experimenting with myself on different things, fasting and all of the effects of fasting, doing detoxes before pregnancy, meditation, certain meditations and yoga and everything prior to pregnancy and during pregnancy. So during that time, I had certain observations about my children, my life, my emotional health, and everything that, all of my experiences. And then I started to work. Well, all along I was working with women as a doula. Mainly I would work with, in the beginning, I was working with mostly teen daughters who had children and were of childbearing age and wanted children and were about to have them, and also wanted to embrace natural birth. Some of them had their babies in the hospital and didn't really know. That was part of a volunteer doula program where I was volunteering in the hospital. So a lot of observation came out of that as well, just working with those families who are, I always felt like they're just an extension of me. And just seeing some of the things over the years after following them and seeing how different things affect them, the children born into the family. So out of that sprung preconception nutrition. And I just started to really channel in some information about that. And it became like a rabbit hole. And I just started going deeper into it because it was just such an exciting topic for me. And you know how it is when you get this information and you just start to look at it and everything just starts to open up. So over time, more and more has been opening up in that realm. And I feel like it's something that is not really studied enough. And then when I started to look at other cultures, many of them have specific protocols that they follow prior to conception and birth. So my thing was to develop a protocol prior to conception and birth that we can use, that implements our indigenous ways and the ways that would most complement us. And that's just a little bit about me. So I would love for everyone to go ahead and introduce them. I hope you do have a lot of questions. I love to expound. It's great to do a presentation, but it's even better to be questioned, because then we can expound on everything.
Well, give thanks. Sis, I think you did a magnificent job opening. But if people want to read a little bit more about your bio, they can go to blacksustainabilitysummit.com/presents or just select it. And I thought it was very interesting, before I open up the microphones, I thought it was very interesting that you're talking about bioregenerative healing. But you started on this journey of wellness at 14 after curing yourself of asthma and elevated cholesterol. And you use like seasonal therapeutic fasting, breathing exercises, herbs, dieting, and you've continued to grow and develop in that same lane. And I think that you turning, I guess, like, or tuning into this ancient wisdom has been something that I definitely admire and give thanks for. And you're serving currently as a holistic health consultant with the International Association of African Holistic Priests, Healers, Thinkers, and Religion. And I think that this invaluable knowledge that you'll be sharing, or that you've already shared, that people can tune into, is definitely something I would encourage each participant to tune into. I know for those who have had children, or for those who are looking to have children, the information that you have offered has been instrumental. I've opened up the phone lines now, and would just like to go around. Just state your name, give a brief introduction, and then we will ask questions. All right. Go ahead. I think Mama Nobantu, yours is unmuted now.
Me? Can you hear me?
Yes, it's crackling up a little bit as if you have like some air in the background, but go ahead.
Yeah, the fan is going, and this phone has a shortage in the line. So I'm going to try to be still as possible, because every time I move, it makes that static noise. Okay, I'm the Bantu Akawanda. I am an educator for the last 45 years. I'm from California. I've been in Georgia for 11. And I am very interested in solution for survival for our people through sustainable communities and eventually creating a sovereign nation. So I think that we have to start just one step at a time. We have to get our minds right. We have to get our sustainable minds together. Lifestyles need to start being more sustainable to prepare ourselves to be able to live on sustainable communities. I'll stop there.
Okay.
Greetings.
Who's next?
Hotep and greetings. This is Ina and Judaica. Greetings, Iya. So glad to hear your voice again. You know me, but a quick general introduction. I am the mother of a 14-year-old, near 15-year-old daughter, and I'm the guardian director of an online school, Fauhodie Suya. Mama Karimah we've been very fortunate to be exposed to the wisdom of Mama Karimah. She actually taught a class at Fauhodie Suya. And then even after she left, my daughter and I continued to be a student, big fans of hers. Every time she opens up her mouth, there's a lot of wisdom that comes out. And it's in listening to Mama Nobantu talk about kind of generating the educational institutions, African-centered educational institutions in various places for Bibi Fahodie. I also think of additional students emanating from you, Iya. And I actually have a question regarding that, so I'll just wrap this up. But I can envision students coming from you to help populate those institutions that maybe Mama Nobantu, either plural, multiple institutions, or that one. But you're such a wealth of knowledge, and then you bring in the real positive energies and your daily practice that goes with it. that's needed. You know, that's part of the team in different institutions, intentional African communities, kind of at the center, the spiritual component, the educational component, etc. My question would be, Mom, in terms of developing, do you have plans on creating an institution that will be, that people like my daughter can literally continue to learn from you on a more consistent basis?
Ashe. Can you hear me well?
Ane.
Okay, Ashe. I would love to do that probably in another 10 years. And the reason why I say that time frame,
So it'll be 24, right?
that's right, 10 years, because, you know, I just have so many ideas and so many things that I want to do. It's 1,000,001. And right now, I'm in the process of finishing these books, getting videos out. So those are the means as to which I will teach, through the books and the videos for now. And the reason why is because I still have young children. I realize that, you know, the needs that they have at this time, and just my family. You know, I have 6 children, and even my eldest one, they still need me. So it's a pull. It's a pull. And I try not to dilute too much, but yet at the same time, just do, you know, I need to get the information out there because we need it. And that was why I took part in this sustainability summit, because I feel that there are some things that need to be brought up. And, you know, just a contribution. Everyone has their contribution, you know. So I would say in about another 10 years, I would love to have an institute.
Well, just as a follow-up statement, yeah, I hear what you're saying. I think that that's very healthy for you to, I think as wise, the insight is strong. You recognize the challenges that's before you, and you're doing what you can. And so we're grateful for whatever, your books, videos, etc. That's helpful right there. So that's a what do you call it, a mandate for us folks over here in Indiana to go ahead and take advantage of the books and the videos, and maybe periodic, you know, like a periodic workshop or something, just to check on people's growth and all that. But I give thanks for your balance, because that's probably central to what you would be sharing with the youngsters. Yeah, it's central that you'll be the balance. The ma'at is probably a central component to what you're sharing with mothers, the young sisters that you kind of are focused on. So give thanks for all that you do, and I'll continue to stay abreast and learn.
Oh, shit. Thank you. I thank you for that. Mama.
All right, let's see. It went out a little bit. Does anyone have any further questions? Let me see if I can unmute these phones. Does anyone have any questions?
Move away from the car. Where's that fear? Where I don't see him.
Anyone else have any questions?
I was just going to introduce myself. This
Yes.
is Hope Great Sweetheart in Dallas, Texas, and I'm a part of the African Chamber of Commerce of DFW.
This is cutting in and out.
Would you state it one more time, sis?
Chamber of Commerce.
Dada, I
African
need you
Chamber
just
of
to move
Commerce
to the
here
side. I got
to
the car. I just need you
active
to.
Institute of Cultural Arts in Dallas. Community developer, urban planner, and very interested in de-stressing and having a mental and physical well-being.
I'm coming.
Thank you.
Beautiful. And since you've been with us for most of the day, give thanks. Let's see. I don't see if anyone else has any questions. I know there are quite a few people that are on the line. Okay, Aya, I'm going to unmute the phone. I see that you have your hand raised. Go ahead. Aya, you're on. Sister Capri? Okay, there might be something going on with the microphones. They have their hands raised to ask questions, but I'm unmuting the microphone and it's not coming through.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Beautiful. You might want to lift your camera up a little bit.
Okay.
There you are. Beautiful, sis. Welcome.
Let me refresh this here. I just stepped in and I was trying to request permission to record.
Oh, definitely.
I just came into the room here, so I hadn't even heard anything about what you all have been speaking of. Sorry to interrupt like that. I kind of don't know what I'm doing here.
No problem. You're on the line. Right now, we have Sister Karimah King, who gave a presentation on BioRegenerative healing on the website. If you watch her video, you'll get a lot more insights around it. But Sister Karimah has been talking about holistic wellness. She speaks about natural childbirth, rearing, and how to heal thyself. Oh, wonderful. Well, I'll let you all talk briefly.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Peace. What was your name again? Sorry.
Greetings. This is Karimah.
Karimah. Nice to meet you, Karimah. I'm Aya.
Wonderful your voice.
Thank you. You as well. So you deal with natural birthing things. I've just chimed in on. I just gave birth to my first daughter naturally. We had her in water in our home, and it was beautiful. Got blessed with a midwife and a doula, and it was everything that I imagined it could be and more. And my healing was well, and I was good. I suppose.
Wonderful. Is this your first?
It is my first. Yes.
Oh, wow.
It was 7 pounds 4 ounces, and
That's wonderful.
she's growing amazingly now. And I'm a vegan. My partner and I live a very plant-based lifestyle. We actually follow the Dr. Sebi diet, nutritional guide, or whatnot. And
beautiful.
So she was our guinea pig to see how that would turn out, and it came out really nice. I didn't have any doubts, but I had switched over to that lifestyle not only a few months before I found out that we were pregnant. So during all of my pregnancy, it had been a challenge for me to fight my cravings, not to go back, from being on a new diet. But I think I did well, and stuck to it and tried to stay away from the things that I know that I don't need and don't serve my body. But yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. It is key to actually make those changes prior to pregnancy. It helps a lot.
Yes.
Because if that pregnancy comes along, that's it.
I would definitely, next time, now that I know, to even strengthen my body even more before, getting pregnant as far as physical. I practice yoga. So, I prior myself to be pretty physically fit, but just strengthening of the womb and mentally preparing yourself as well a little bit better had I known going through. But that's kind of my piece after experiencing that, wanting wanted to enlighten and share that with other sisters and women going through, you know, pregnancy, that they also have the option to do home birth and you know, be as natural, and you don't have to use the drugs and the medicines and things and all that nonsense they try to push on us. Just, you know, when you go to a hospital, one moment, please.
That's like the most basic thing, birth, how we come into the world.
Yes, very much so.
Does not have to be tampered with so much.
It has, and because I talked to a lot of ladies, and you know, they're scared when they go to the hospital, for one, especially if it's their first child. They don't know what they're getting into, and they just sign the paper for whatever is going to release the pain. You know, it's
Right.
Spiritual work going within and knowing that you have the power to, you know, calm yourself and bring your baby into the world naturally. We didn't always have these medicines. If we did it, you know, just you know, standing in the river and you know, bring your child into the world that way, without all these Western ways of doing things.
It's true. Yeah, it's so critical because, you know, everything in medicine now is a money-making industry. So if they have to make you feel like you are a robot and you have to be serviced and that you can't just do things that are natural to you, make you feel like you're man-made because of indulging in a man-made lifestyle, this way you have to rely on outside intervention rather than going into the inner resources of our healing and tapping into our ability to just regenerate. Yeah. You know, you think about the grandmothers and how they would give birth to 17 children.
Yeah.
You know, and step right back into place.
Yeah.
You know, and the children will be smart.
Yes, and strong.
And strong. Exactly.
Full of metal.
So remember that
carbon and you know.
We have to just remember that we carry that. We are that.
We are. I definitely had.
Thank you so much for sharing the story, because that's very encouraging for women. Very encouraging.
Thank you.
Because off the bat, we're taught to fear childbearing, child rearing, with media, commercials, and everything.
Yep, and pregnancy.
And now within our own families.
Right. They teach
I don't want to see because this, that, and the other, and it's going to do that, this, and
yes. I do have a question, because I have been wanting to detox, and I couldn't do it. It was suggested that I shouldn't do it while I was pregnant, because detoxing, I would be feeding the baby the toxins, and I shouldn't do it while I'm nursing either. And I plan to breastfeed until, you know, I can't anymore. So, but I would really like to do a cleanse, and I've read a few places that I could probably start with, just maybe juicing, and then do a juice cleanse, but not really do a fast, or anything. But I just, you know, kind of want to get rid of some toxins I feel that are kind of hanging around, and also your take on uterine wash for women, like herbal uterine washes, like, you know, using red clover.
How old is your daughter?
Pardon me?
How old is your daughter?
She's 2 months.
2 months. It's too soon.
Okay.
Right now, just focus on nourishing yourself.
Okay.
When she to be around 6 to 8 months,
okay,
then you can consider doing it. And the only reason why I say that is because you already are on the path. You already, how long have you been doing cleansings now?
For about, well, it's been, let's see, it'll be a year next month. I started
Okay, prior to that, because that makes a difference. It depends on what you've been exposed to in your life.
Yeah.
Where you work. Sometimes people work in places that, maybe heavy industry. So your fat tissues would have stored a lot more toxins.
Right.
It depends on where you are emotionally,
Okay.
what you have released already.
Okay.
So it really depends on your lifestyle because I know I have done cleansing during pregnancy, very light ones. It would just be more like a liquid diet, but I would still be getting all of my nutrients.
Okay.
Like more liquid food.
Right.
Avocados, energy soup. But what ended up happening, I noticed with one of my children, and I did that around 5 months old, they were very fussy.
Okay.
A lot of that had to do with the milk. The milk, the whole constitution of the milk changes. It might become gassy, because I was doing a lot of green juices. So certain green juices you even want to be light on.
Okay.
I would stick with more of the baby greens, watercress, parsley, the lighter greens, the mesclun mix.
Okay.
If you can do sunflower sprouts, those are great.
Okay.
You just want to make sure that your nutrients are more concentrated.
Very much.
So you can also add avocado and denser soaked Brazil nuts, things like that.
Okay.
So that you're getting enough fat because the babies really need a lot of fat in their milk.
Okay.
And you need the fat too for your brains.
Absolutely.
You know what happens after pregnancy.
Yes. I'm so glad to live in Chicago. So we are in our what they call a spring. So, but it's it's 70 one day and then it's 40 the next. So and being in the house, we wanted to keep her because it was just too cold to bring her out. So I had about 2 months, got 2 months of fever, and but the Creator was just directing me to go within even deeper than what I thought that I had been, and having that time to sit still and focus on one thing. And so I feel I utilized that time well, but it was an experience.
That's right.
Test of my strength, but it was beautiful. And but yeah, I just about that and women who have to go back to work or have to and don't have time to experience that and regroup themselves appropriately. But,
right.
so yeah.
Gratification is very detoxifying as well too.
It is, isn't it?
We underestimate how detoxifying it is.
Yes.
And we have the right thoughts when we're thinking correctly.
Yes.
Because the thoughts directly affect the cells and what the cells can put out. You can visualize yourself detoxing.
Yes.
You can use visualization, and you can always do detoxifying baths as well.
Okay. I've done.
You can take baths with seaweed, Atlantic coast seaweed. You can take baths with clay.
Okay.
You can use food grade hydrogen peroxide in your bath.
Okay.
Epsom salt, baking soda, all of those substances are detoxifying. Cider vinegar and soaking in They can actually help pull heavy metals out of the body.
Okay. I will do so. I usually.
As far as pushing is concerned, not yet. 2 months is too soon. Wait a little while, and if that's something that you want to do, then by all means, different herbs. Mm-hmm.
My only interest is I've never done it my whole life, but I've been hearing about a natural herbal uterine.
Well, you can steam,
Pardon me?
You can do a yoni steam, a vaginal steam.
Okay, yeah. There we go.
That would be great for you right now.
Okay.
Recommend that you use honeysuckle flowers.
I will do that. I have heard about that. Okay.
Yeah, you can use honeysuckle flowers and rosebuds.
Okay.
Well, give thanks. We are coming up on our time. I did have a few questions. I see our next presenter is already online, Abhishaka. But before we close out, I would like for you to share a little bit of information around how people can reach out to you if they have further questions. I had a few. I know I have your contact information personally, so I won't take up the time from the group. If there is somebody with one last question, we'll take it now, and then we'll have Sister Karimah let us know how we can best contact her and follow up with her if we want to reach out after today.
Okay, great. We can, any questions can be emailed to me. You can email me at the Temple of Regeneration, all spelled out, one word, the Temple of Regeneration at yahoo.com. Given that there are questions, I would not be opposed to having a on this matter. So email me, and I'm always open for answering questions. And maybe I would do like a little video on that even. Okay? Because it also gives me ideas on topics that people want covered, which is very helpful.
Give thanks, sis. Was there somebody else? I thought I heard someone try to buzz in.
Yes, one more person. It's really quick. This is Queen Thais. I just had a question in reference to how do you utilize, because I've been hearing a little bit about how you can utilize reading to determine what you need, meaning whether it's to determine the foods you're supposed to eat, to determine essential oils, things that are specifically complementary to you at that phase and stage of your life.
Wait, sorry, sis. I'm hearing some background noise. It's kind of keeping me from hearing her clearly.
Okay, let me say it one more time. I'm driving. I had to put my window up.
Okay.
Okay, I was saying that I've been hearing that you can utilize readings to determine what you need at this place and space in your life, meaning what type of essential oils or what type of foods you should be eating that complements, what may be going on at this particular stage. Do you do that type of thing, and do you subscribe to it?
Absolutely. That's an excellent question. Yes. Actually, when I do consultations, that's what I do. I read the astrology report, and I do my ancestral reading, and I ask specifically what herbs, what gemstones, what allies this person, this child or adult, mother, whoever it is, needs in their life to help enhance whatever it is in their life or resolve whatever issues in their life. Absolutely. And that comes through astrology chart reading and through myself throwing my shell.
Okay. Give thanks. And that's something you recommend doing on the regular, maybe like once a month or every 4 weeks?
Yeah, it has come, because more and more people have been wanting it, so it has come to a regular thing.
right.
And
I'll see. I know
Ashe. Thank you.
Great job. Great job. Awesome. Awesome.
What great information comes out of that is how objects should be placed in a child's room. I've done that with my children's room, and I noticed such a major difference. Well, we've moved since then, so I have to redo it all over again. But you know, it's a wonderful thing because you really see a difference.
So that's dealing with like the feng, what they say, feng shui, or just the energy.
Yes,
the energy
we have our own, and we use crystal grids and everything that are specific to the child's chemistry. Ashe. Maybe that'll be the first video I do.
All right. Well, we give thanks to you. You all know how to reach Sister Karimah. If you have any problems or trouble, you can always reach her through the BlackSustainabilitySummit.com. Any questions that we take or receive, we pass directly on to our presenters. They are part of our larger network. And as those who have signed on to join the Black Sustainability Summit and register, we automatically put you inside of our network as well, where we will send out information and updates. And if you have questions or want to connect with any of the presenters today, yesterday, and throughout the rest of the time, we make sure that we forward you directly to them. So thank you so much, sis. I'm going to turn it over to Abishaka. Yes?
I just want to say Madasi Pa to the wonderful work that you, Mama Bantu, Mama Njireka are doing. This is it's just beautiful.
Oh, give thanks. You're not the guy.
Thank you.
Yo.
Ashe.
All right. Sis, if you want to stay on the line,